Hello, everyone's. We are here and we are back. Y'all know what time it is. We are in this thing with another episode of
Is my point valid?
I am Brandon D. Stocker.
And I am Camille A. Stocker.
And we are Stocker Family Values. And we're going to go ahead and jump into this episode with What You Know Good. So, what you know good, baby?
Y'all know I usually have something exciting. I mean, I guess this is exciting. But the only what you know good this week is it's the Summer Olympics in Tokyo, Japan. That it just started on Friday. So it's the third day of the or second day of the Olympics. But yeah, that's my what you know good, what's good in the hood, Summer Olympics. That's all I got. I got nothing else.
All right. Well, we're going to keep this thing on a rolling with the topic. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Go ahead and let the people know what the topic for today is going to be.
All right. So the topic for today is relationship goals. And when I say relationship goals, you know, we see a lot of couples on social media, and they're portraying this certain way of how you should be as a couple. And so I guess today I want to see, like, if our points are valid on how, and see how our goals might differ, you know, from each other and from other people. So what are relationship goals, in your opinion? Not, like, the correct way, because a relationship goal, like, who determines that?
The person. The relationship is who determines the goals for the relationship. So, I guess for me in our relationship, a goal would be just being on one page, being on the same page, having that communication and understanding of one another, so things flow smoothly. Like you said, we often see things on social media and TV and things like that where couples, they portray themselves a certain way. Mostly of money and things like that, materialistic things, and that's what most people would classify as relationship goals. But I believe it goes deeper than that, because although we see these people are living a great life or whatever, we don't know what those people go through on the back end of things. So it's important to have your goals based off of principles and not off of hearsay or what you think may be happening.
But even though it's not what you think may be happening, it's what you put out. I think, before I get into the next question, I think, well, dang, hold on. I don't want to skip over that. But I think a lot of people, you want everybody to think that everything is good.
Absolutely.
And then when something happens, it's like, oh, it wasn't good between them, but they were putting this and this and that out there, right? And so I do think we should be careful with what we look at and how we idolize, because it does be a lot of idolizing, like, oh, you know, for example, Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of idolizing with that, but then when he messed up or whatever, you know, it was like, oh, they're not perfect. But it took that for someone to see that, oh, they're not perfect, right? Or they're not relationship goals. And then some people might say, well, she worked it out, so they still relationship goals. You know, they might live off of, you know, you living vicariously through people. And it does become like a little tricky, because you do see other people, and it's like, oh, well, my partner doesn't do this. You know, it's like, dang, so am I not putting it out there? Like, you know, you do kind of like question, like, well, dang, what they got going in their relationship.
It kind of opens up for comparison as well, because you'll find yourself comparing yourself to what you think to be a relationship goal.
Yeah.
So you'll have these false expectations on your partner based on somebody else's relationship that you really don't understand.
Yeah.
So.
So is being supportive a part of, you said, what were the goals for us in our relationship for you?
Communication, just being on one accord, understanding, things like that. My goals aren't really materialistic. They're not really things that you can see.
No, I'm not saying material.
They're things that you feel.
Relationship goals are materialistic. I think just me looking at people, and it's like, this is just me looking at people like, oh, okay, he treats her like this. You know, people might look at us and be like, I'm not saying material things, but a goal as in, is it just being, and my question is it being supportive, is being supportive a part of these goals? What, did I already ask that?
Yes.
You could be supportive with me in front of people.
Yeah, this is true.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and you could be, it'd be like, nigga, you don't act like that in front when we're by ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, well, so why? It's like giving off wrongness, and we, you know, people might look, like I was saying, people might look at us and be like, oh, Camille and Brandon, well, you don't know what goes on in our home. You don't know if I'm just smiling to save face. You don't know if Brandon's just smiling to say, I'm just using that as an example.
Absolutely.
But
It's the same thing. It's even more so with celebrities because I mean it's with everybody because on the social media is you only see what people want you to see. So if they don't want you to see all of the negative aspects of their relationship, then they're not going to put that out there. So I think having these relationship goals is all superficial anyway because we don't really know what it goes into having a successful relationship if we're just basing it off of what we're seeing from other people and not actually living that relationship, not living those goals in our own relationships.
Yeah. Okay. So, but is being supportive a part of those goals for you?
Absolutely. And for me, it's being the same person online that I am in real person.
Oh.
Yes, I don't feel I try my hardest to be the exact same person online that I am in person. So I try to align everything off of principles and not, like I said, off of things that I'm seeing.
So do we in relationships, do we set false narratives?
Absolutely. Like I said before, we only let people see what we want them to see. So it's whatever I want you to see, that's what you're gonna see. You're not gonna see the negative part of me. Nobody wants people to see the negative part of them. So they're only gonna put out that positive. So I mean,
you're right, nobody wants people to see the negative part of them, but should that be a part of?
Absolutely.
So
it should be.
So as relationship goes with me and you, because it could go deeper than just relationship goes.
Mm-hmm.
With some ways that you interact with me, you would be okay with people. You would be okay. Excuse me. You would be okay with people seeing a side of you that I see that nobody else has seen.
What do you mean? Like a softer side?
No, just you in
just
general.
Me in general.
You would be okay with that.
Yeah. For the most part.
He wouldn't be okay because I know I wouldn't be okay. I'm showing you, and that's what I'm saying. We all do it. We all set false narratives.
Yeah.
We take these pictures. I take a picture of Brandon every week that we shoot. Is my point valid? And I post it. You don't know, and this is just me. You can say, "Oh, that's relationship goals because she's smiling, he's smiling," but you don't know
behind that smile
what took place before we, took that picture. What's going on for the rest of the week? We don't know, and we be so involved in these false narratives of, "Oh, they're doing this and this and this." What did they do to get there? What did they do to
and most of the time people don't even want to know the process. They just want to be like, "Oh, I want that. That's what I want. I don't care to know what happened in between time. I just want that." So it's absolutely a false narrative because people don't even know the process to get to that goal or what they're seeing.
What if you are thinking that our relationship goes out in public, right?
Me personally?
Like, it doesn't matter.
Just generally?
And then you're home and but somebody's telling you, well, you're not doing, this, this, and this, and this. But it's not about looking at other people, but it's about
looking at your own relationship.
Yeah.
And listening to your partner. Yeah.
And you're trying to obtain relationship goals for yourself, but somebody's not listening to you. But you're faking, what's that saying? You fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
But that shouldn't be in a relationship. We shouldn't fake anything. It should be, hey, this is what it is. This is what we need to do. Because, for me personally, I'm not really posting anything on social media because I want to be aware that I don't want people to think of us as this, the whole crap about a power couple and saying it's not.
Titles.
It's a title.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're Brandon and Camille. We're married. We go through things. My goals are trying to, make sure that my daughters can do whatever they want to do. Like, if you talk about real relationship goals and making sure that, we're doing this and we're doing that. I don't want to create a false narrative. I don't want to follow anybody's false narrative. You can look at Jennifer Lopez. She'd been all around the world with every man, right? Mm-hmm. And she's creating this narrative of, I'm so in love. But as soon as she's not ready, well, I wasn't ready, so I'm not going to commit. Come on. And then we carried this thing of, they've worked together a long time and this and this and this. We don't know, right? Even if we look at our grandparents or our great-grandparents, we do not know. You can say, I think I saw a meme a long time ago that was like, our grandparents were relationship goals. You don't know what they went through.
I'm trying to tell you.
Or how hard it was.
And more than likely, you don't even want to go through that.
Whoa. But I saw that meme. I was like, dang, that's real. And we just see, for 40 years, 50 years, grandma and grandpa, they were celebrating.
Everybody wants the result. Nobody wants the process.
Well, okay, so with relationship, since we're talking about relationship goals, is the process should should the process be hard to reach your goals in your relationship?
It depends. It just depends. How bad do you want these goals?
What if in a relationship, like one person is like, all right, if I get to here, I'm good. And then the other person's like, well, my goal is, like, what happens? Because eventually your relationship goals, like, crumble. So what happens? You're not the ideal,
Couple.
for yourself.
But you still may perceive to be in public.
But who are we saving face for?
I have no idea. Mind you, none of this is personal.
Oh, I'm just asking questions.
None of this is personal. It's all general. So,
but like, who are you saving face for? To be, and I think a lot of people saving face because people see, or you've heard comments, or it's like, hey, y'all are doing so good, or y'all look good together, and y'all, your family and this and that. But it's more than, because I think also in relationship, I'm saying relationship goals, but in relationships, you have to think about people's feelings. You also have to think about how your actions, and these are just things I want you to think about when you look at somebody and be like, relationship goals.
Circumstances.
You have to look at people's like feelings. I had it. I had to forgot because I was trying to explain like what in personally a relationship goal should be. But you have to look at people's feelings and where they are and where they want to be, and see, well, like, if they don't want this, then do I continue? Like, it's just a lot of things that's like I think you have to question, and that people have to be mindful of when they're looking at people, as we keep saying, because you don't know what it took to build. You don't know what it took to what the struggle was. Everybody does have a struggle, but what that struggle was. Could we be relationship goals?
Us personally.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it just depends on how people perceive what we do, or how we move. Possibly. I can't say for sure. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't want to be. I don't want to be. I don't want to be because, like, everything that I've been saying, you don't know, like, what Camille is going through, or her mental, or or dang, she's always up to beat, because for me personally, people would look at me and like, or Brandon would even say, like, when we first when I would like kind of like, we're in the middle right now, but like in the beginning of our relationship, of our marriage, he would always call me a superwoman, and I hated it. And I don't use hate a lot, right? But I despise that term superwoman, because, and then I'm doing a lot, and then you have people say, well, girl, I don't know how you do it. Well, you have to keep pushing, but I'm not doing it to be this goal, or for somebody to be like, but I mean, maybe sometimes you do, like, oh, I see you doing it, I can do it, but like, is that really a compliment? But I don't want to be anybody's relationship goals, because in order to be somebody's goal, I feel like you should know. Well, you should know, because none of your business. But like, the process of what's happening behind closed doors before you just look at me and be like, hey, I want to do what you're doing. Do you really? So it was just interesting. It was why I came up with relationship goals, because like, you see it so much. And I think people forget that these, not even celebrities, because you see
all types of
people,
influencers, all kind of people.
and you'll say other relationship goals because they're driving the latest car, and they're always together, and then
they got the nicest
house, all of
house,
this.
yeah.
But we just ultimately, we don't know. Yeah. So
relationship goals.
Would you want to be a relationship goal? Like I said, I think we could be. But in the sense of us being relationship goals, I feel like we would ultimately have to change who we are, and say, I'm always in front of a camera. I'm always, trying to impress somebody. I think that's what the format of relationship goals is.
To try to impress?
To impress.
Yeah.
I don't want to impress anybody. But because, like I said in my question, they create false narratives. And then you become so caught up in that false narrative that when you're behind closed doors, it should be this, and this, but it's not. And then when it's like you live in two lives. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't look at anybody's marriage. I have to look at my own, and I have to see that the things that I want for my relationship. Yeah. Did you answer is being supportive a part of these goals?
Yes.
What did you say? I don't.
I said yes, being supportive is a part of goals. I went more into it because the conversation was somewhere else.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I was like. But
yeah.
because I think that's one of relationship goals for me, and I think I was just like touching on that was just how like if you knew like how supportive I was, then shit, whoops, then you would be like, dang, that is relationship goals or wife goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think we just have to stop looking at people and trying to create whatever narrative that you think they are and creating it in yours because it's not realistic. It's not realistic.
It sets false expectations on your relationship that you're probably not even going to be able to live up to. So, how you feel about that? No, but hey, relationship goals. We ain't telling you that you shouldn't look at these people as an admiration or whatever, but just consider the journey that they have gone through in order to be the people that you see today. And ask yourself, are you willing to take that journey or a similar one? It ain't easy.
And not even looking at people. It's just like creating your own goals. Whatever you want to portray for yourself, just like make sure that it's real to you.
Make sure your goals aren't superficial. They're based off of real things.
Yeah, like that whole, oh, let's cook together. Yeah, right. For me, it's a yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do everything together.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like you just have to be mindful and create memories and good times for yourself. For you, every picture I take, you won't ever see because if none of your business,
it ain't for everybody.
It's not for you,
yeah.
And it's not for somebody to look at and be like, and like I think how relationship goals also work. I'm saying relationship goals is people post on social media a lot, and then the next couple will be like, well, I'm gonna go here because they went there. Like, like I don't want to live that life. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think I could be relationship goals because whatever I do, I don't want nobody to copy me or try and one up me. Like, be happy for me if it's y'all. People's flexing is weird,
very sick,
and it's all because of this device, right? It's like ew. So. Yeah, I don't want to be relationship goals. Let us know what you feel about relationship goals.
How you feel about it?
I know I'm kind of all over the place trying to make my point, but it's just interesting because so many people are like look up to people, right? And not just even in marriage, as boyfriend, girlfriend, best friends, it'd be like relationship goals, and you might see,
you see a bunch of girls on a trip or something. You
I need to do this. That's what I was saying about the
you ain't even got more than one friend.
Like,
so how you gonna have all?
Chill. It's okay.
It'll be all right.
So with the help
you don't
of
have to be
social
involved
media,
with everything.
You don't have to be involved with everything. Set your goals for yourself.
You can sit down sometimes.
Yeah, and don't announce
just
it.
Be
just
you.
Be you.
God,
Stop looking for other people for confirmation and all that.
Yeah.
Jazz.
All that jazz. Yeah. So I think that was
I don't know. I don't know if I made a valid point. Let me know if I made a valid point.
I think so.
Let me know if my questions were valid. I'm just interested in relationship goals because I see it so much. It's like when you see a celebrity get together, oh, he's good for her. How do you know? Like,
how do you know?
Like, oh, how do you know she's not good for him? Like, I can't. Like,
how do you know they're good for each other?
Right?
I'm trying to tell you. Yes, we see these celebrities and we see what they portray on whatever they own, and we automatically think we know these people. I can guarantee you don't. What you see is what they want you to see. So just take that into consideration when you looking at them as goals. Yeah. So before we wrap this thing up, we're gonna get into on this day in Black history. Yes, indeed. So today is July the 25th of 2021, and on July 25th, 1972, guess what happened? The U.S. government finally acknowledged its role in the Tuskegee syphilis experiment on today in 1972. Yes, they did. They finally owned up to it. What everybody already knew, they confirmed it. So, it was one of the most infamous episodes in American history for 40 years. 40 god-doggone years. From 1932 to 1972, the U.S. government conducted a study on progression of untreated syphilis in poor, rural, black men who thought they were receiving free health care. Lord have mercy, they've been confusing us for years. Anyway, the study conducted by the U.S. Public Health Service at Tuskegee Institute involved 600 poor black sharecroppers from Macon County, Alabama. Nearly 400 of them had previously contracted syphilis before the study began, and 201 of them without the disease. For participating in the study, the men were given free health care, meals, and free burial insurance. Lord have mercy. They try to swindle you with anything. Anyway, they were never told that they had syphilis, nor were they ever treated for it. According to the Centers for Disease Control, the men were told they were being treated for bad blood, a local term used to describe severe illness including syphilis, anemia, and fatigue. Lord have mercy. On July 25th, 1972, the government acknowledged its role in the project after a leak into the media eventually resulted in its termination. Still, the disclosure unleashed a torrent of criticism as a result of numerous men who died of syphilis, wives who contracted the disease, and children born with the congenital syphilis. Lord have mercy. They was passing it on to kids and everything. But anyway, the outrage also led to federal laws and regulations requiring institutional review boards for the protection of human subjects in studies involving human subjects. So, on this day, July 25th in 1972, our U.S. government finally let everybody know what we already knew. And they told us that they was experimenting on our people on this day in Black history.
There was a movie with Alfred Woodard and Lawrence Fishburne about this. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. But it was a movie, and she was the nurse who went in because they had told her that they had syphilis, but she thought that they were really curing them. And so it, like Brandon just read, it was all false. These men were, and it was ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I can't remember what movie it was, but yeah.
But we'll get back to y'all on that. Yeah. Anyway, we are at the end of yet again another episode of Is My Point Valid? We appreciate everyone that's tuning in. Continue to support us. If you found any value in this content, please help us grow our channel by liking, subscribing, sharing. Let your people know that we're here. Every Monday, we are here, right here for you, coming with the conversations that need to be had. So, thank you once again for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next Monday. Bye.